How are we doing, folks? Intraphase here, and we are back this week in iRacing for another track guide into Super Formula Lights. And this week we are at Fuji on the Grand Prix layout. With the never-ending main straight, the toe this week is going to be super powerful, and I expect to see many overtakes happening along that main straight. And I don't know about anybody else, but I can't help looking in the distance and expect to see a massive kaiju and mech battle raging. But that's probably just me. But back to Fuji, and this version, in my opinion, has the horrible turn 10, 11, 12 switchback. I think the SFL would have benefited from just having the turn 10, and I think it would have flowed a lot nicer. But I do think we're going to get some great racing this week. Careful in turn 1, because you're going to see plenty of dive bombs. Tyre wear isn't all that much of an issue this week, which is always really useful. So as always, I'm going to leave the lap ID in the description below, and you can see my telemetry on Garage 61. I'm not affiliated with them, but it is a really useful service, so go check them out. So if you have a look over my shoulder on the right here somewhere, you will be able to see my session settings. These are what I used for the lap, so if you want to pause the video, now's going to be the perfect time. And now we're going to go to the fast lap. And that was a 1:32.612, which I did towards the end of my run. So I'm going to show you that, and we're going to get on with it. So that's the fast lap, and now I'm going to hand you over to Editor Ian, who is going to take you through this week's track guide. So here we are, folks, at Fuji, and we are on the extremely long main straight. I do expect most of the overtakes to be done down here, and there is a good chance that you will be able to overtake someone and they can come back at you and get back past you. So what we will be doing as we come towards turn 1, we'll be looking for the 100-meter board and the start of the curb. We're going to be onto the brakes, and we're going to bring it down all the way into first gear. We're going to rotate the car, use the apex, and come all the way back out, use the exit of turn 1 to get a nice run all the way up now through the kink of 2, which is nice and flat, and we're going to head up towards Coca-Cola corner, which is turn number 3. So for turn number 3, the little yellow signage there, we're going to come off throttle, and then we're going to turn in, aiming towards the bollard, but we don't actually want to be hitting it. And we're going to use all the outside. Don't want to go over the red, because that will give you a 1x and potentially a slowdown as well. Now as we come through 100R, we're going to be just modulating our throttle, just trying to make sure we don't drift out too far wide here, because at the end of here we're going to be using that marker I've highlighted and bringing it down all the way into second gear. Try to get a nice tight apex early on the throttle, let the car drift all the way out, and if we have to use the outside curb, we have paid for it, we might as well. So for turn 8 it is flat, and we're going to keep it nice and tight. We're not going to drift out through 8, and we're going to use the curb of 9, still flat. And as we approach turn 10 at the Dunlop board, we're going to have a 1 count, and then we're going to be onto the brakes. And we're going to slow it down at the white marker. We're going to turn it in, down into first gear, use the inside curb, short shift into second, and we're going to just use the inside curbs, straightening the car to get a nice exit out of 12. And as we approach 13, we're going to use the green paint on the side of the track. We're just going to have a little tap of the brakes, turn the car in, use the inside curb, hold a little bit of throttle to stabilise, and use all the inside on the exit. We're going to use the white marker on the grass. We're going to have a little tap of the brakes as we're going uphill. We're going to turn the car in into second gear, use the inside curb, and start feeding in the throttle to rotate the rear to help us get a better exit. And as we come up towards the final corner, we'll use the white marker on the track here, and as it passes my halo, I'll turn it in on the brakes, and then I'll start bringing the throttle in, but I will wait until the car's fully stabilised. There we go, on the curb, and the long run to the start finish straight, which I will speed up for you so we can get to the end of the lap. And that is our track guide, and that is our lap, and that is a 1:32.612. So there you have it, folks. That was the track guide for this week at Fuji. I really hope it will help you out this week, and if it does, please don't forget to drop the video a like and drop me a subscription. It really does help us small creators, and as always, I really do appreciate all your support. So until next week, folks, thank you for watching, and as always, take it nice and easy, and I'll see you in the next one. So until then, goodbye.